Zuffa UFC just brought out Strike Force. Found this out like 3 hours ago. It's already about 12 o'clock at night. They brought it out today. It's St. Patrick's Day. My thoughts on this. Good move for Zuffa. More money coming in, of course. Some people say that it's dumb, it's not good, whatever, blah blah blah. Listen, I heard somebody say that it's not good for the fighter because UFC only uses certain sponsors. First off, you gotta do your research before you talk, alright? Because Dana White said business as usual. Strike Force and UFC are gonna be running as like two separate companies. This is how it was. Maybe you're gonna see a little bit more production difference. Zuffa's gonna add a little bit of this. They can help him out, but no fighters are going to from Strike Force to UFC, or no UFC fighters going to Strike Force. But they said they were gonna honor the contract for Showtime for Strike Force. So Strike Force is gonna be in Showtime for I guess like I forgot how long the contract was, maybe 2-3 years. So nothing's gonna change for at least 2 or 3 years. Scott Croker, who the guy that's like I guess the Dana White of Strike Force, he's gonna keep everything going straight regular, like let's just like any normal thing before Zuffa brought it out. Dana White was quick to say, like everything's gonna be the same, nothing's happening, blah blah blah, and for the people who say Zuffa's retarded and whatever, like it only makes sense to buy out your competitor. Duh. Plus, I don't think this could be bad for mixed martial arts to have one big company that's nationwide. That's the nation. I'm not nation. International. Not international wide. This is the whole point that Dana White's trying to do. He's trying to get more fighters so he can put more fights, more international, get the name out there, get the UFC name out there. The sport would get bigger just because of this name. I mean, everybody already thinks. Instead of saying mixed martial arts, people say UFC. I mean, I understand how that bothers some people who wants to be the outcast or whatever like that, but just gotta go along with it, I think this only could be good for the sport of mixed martial arts. I see a couple, I guess, cons against it, like not gonna be no competition for the UFC. I guess the fighter's gonna have to work a little bit more harder and whatever, but for right now, for these 2 years, the Strikeforce still has a contract with Showtime, so ain't nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna change. For me, I really didn't get it at first, like, what's the point of buying out a company if you can do nothing with it? But maybe in the future they have a little more plans. Dana White ain't speaking about it right now. He doesn't want to answer a lot of questions. No, but I can think that Fedor and Miko and all them guys, if like Nate Diaz and all them, good fighters over there. Besides Paul Daly, he ain't come back to UFC no time. But I mean, I could think that they'll switch over maybe 2 years, 3 years down the road. Whenever the contract is subsided. For all your people that hate Zuffa, I don't understand why you hate it. Is it because it's popular? It's because it's big? The fights are good. Watch it. The fights are good. Strike Force fights are good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm an MMA fan. MMA. Not a UFC fan. UFC introduced me to MMA. So MMA. I'm an MMA fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't only watch freaking UFC all the time. I watch Strike Force. I watch the freaking stupid Bellator. Not stupid Bellator. I just say that because I was gonna have a fight and Bellator came to New York at the same time and my fight got canceled. But whatever. That's a different subject. I'm talking about yeah. I mean, I watch those little shows like they have on MSG sometimes. And so yeah. I mean, I basically think this is a great move for UFC. Now they have the world's largest library of MMA videos. What they've been had, they have Pride videos, they have UFC videos, WEC videos. What else they bought? They bought out a couple other ones. I forgot. WFC, something like that. I don't remember the name. Now they have Strikeforce video. I think this is good because UFC is a good promoter. It's good. No one gets the fights out there like UFC. And no one can say that's a lie. Strikeforce I don't see as much Strikeforce commercials as UFC. I mean, I guess you can say the Strikeforce doesn't have as much money as UFC, but whoops, my shit fell down, but whatever. But you know, so I'm like, I want to talk to you guys. You know, leave some comments down below. You know, speak to me. Tell me what you think about this situation. You know, do a little video response. We can have a little you know, argument going across here. I mean, I'm up for debate. I mean, but you just gotta see the good side to this. I mean, if you see the bad side, it's not gonna change anything. What's really the bad side, anyways? A few people are gonna switch over, maybe. Not even. That's after the contract's up. Dana White specifically said like 3 times in an interview that I saw with MMA Action, I think it was. I forgot. Yeah, MMA Action. Like 50 times he said, "Oh, we're gonna honor all the contracts. We're gonna honor the Showtime contract. We're gonna honor the Strikeforce contract. Scott Coker's gonna run everything. Scott Coker is gonna be business as usual." We kept on saying business as usual, business as usual, business as usual. Meaning, you know, everything's gonna be the same. Nothing's gonna change. UFC just gonna be, I guess, maybe a little bit of background, you know, help the promotions out a little bit more. You can see Strikeforce commercials on UFC events and stuff like that. You know, just to help out, help it get up the ladder more. You know, because if the Strikeforce make money, the Zuffa's gonna make money, of course, because it's a Zuffa company now. Even though they ain't gonna really combine it with UFC, it's still a Zuffa company like WEC was. They still gonna get the money. They're still gonna get the revenue and all that stuff. They're still gonna get the money. So of course they want to promote it. No, I think this is a great idea. Yeah, I'm trying not to go for longer than 6 minutes, which I did. All right, well, just leave your comments below, video response. You know, I would like to have a conversation about this with some MMA fans. I have no MMA fans in my town, piece of crap. But thanks.